Hello everyone, welcome to today's practice of chair yoga. I'm very excited to be bringing this practice to you. I am fairly new to a chair yoga practice, but I have come to realize that even if you are a person who is very mobile, very physically active, a chair practice can bring attention to parts of your practice that you might be overlooking. And also it is just a great way to shift your practice. So if you're feeling not so hot someday and you don't feel like moving around a lot, a chair practice can be a really great addition to whatever it is that you normally do. So to start off, we're going to make sure that we have a chair that you can sit in, that your feet are going to be able to reach the ground. So I'm very short. For those of you who don't know me, I'm 5'1". So for my shorter folks, very important to make sure that your feet are touching the ground, or another option is to take something underneath your feet so that you can have a measure of grounding in your chair yoga practice. And then once your feet are attached to the earth, go ahead and sit up nice and tall to the best of your ability. And just take one of your hands, place it on your heart, and the other hand and place it on your belly. Just soften your gaze or close your eyes completely. And just take a few moments here to focus on your breathing. Softening the space in between your eyebrows, letting go of the corners of the mouth. And just noticing how your body rests in space. Since you are sitting in a chair, there is some additional information, noticing which side of your body is heavier against the seat. So you might notice that your right or left side is a little more firmly planted against that seat. So you might take a moment or two to wiggle from side to side, just to take the time to equalize that weight if you can. And also noticing if in the soles of your feet that one foot feels more firmly connected to the ground or not. And then eventually finding your way to a stillness. Go ahead, take a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Once again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, breathing in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Coming to terms with your current state of being, physically, mentally, energetically, and emotionally. Go ahead, float your eyes open if they were closed, and allow your palms to rest on your thighs. Pressing your hands against your legs, take an inhale, allow your belly and heart to rise, drifting forward as you float your gaze up towards the ceiling. This might not come all the way up into the neck, just feel the lift of the heart space. And then on your exhale, do the exact opposite. Press your hands against your legs, round your chin into your chest, and curl into yourself. Inhaling to rise the heart forward, lifting the gaze. Once again, the head might not drop back if that's not good in your neck. And then exhaling to curl into yourselves. And essentially, this is our chair cat-cow. So taking the time here to breathe in and out at your pace. Feeling the forward and backwards motion of your bodies with your breath, but also the opening with the inhale and the diminishing of the exhale. Doing your best to elongate that exhale so that you're taking the time to empty the stale air from the base of the lungs, getting rid of anything that's not serving with that breath. And just noticing how this feels in the three curves of your spine, the lower back, the mid back, and the upper back. Moving through your cat and cow shapes a few more times. Just keep checking in with the breath to make sure that it's still happening. marrying that breath with the length of your motions. Good work, everyone. Eventually finding your way into a neutral spine, not a cat, not a cow, just a you. And now we're going to take it into a little bit of side bending. So you're going to go ahead and take your right forearm on top of your right thigh. So leaning forward, right forearm is going to land on the right thigh. The left hand is going to come to your left hip. And then just start to stretch your left shoulder away from your left hip. Try and keep the left hip rooted against your chair. And then instead of lifting your gaze up towards the sky, go ahead and turn so that you're facing the ground. So look towards the earth. And just staying here for a deep breath in, a full breath out, a big breath in, a deep breath out. One more time, big breath in, and big breath out. Keeping your weight over towards the right, turn your gaze so that you're looking forwards towards the front of the space. And then see if you can drop your right ear a little closer to your right shoulder. And then just let gravity do its work here as you breathe in and out, and in, and out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, turn your gaze off to the right side of the earth. On your exhale, allow your gaze to travel forward, tilting the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, inhale, float the gaze down towards the ground, off to the right side of your chair. Exhale, looking forwards towards the front of your space. One more time, float the gaze down towards the earth, off to the right. And then turn your gaze back forward, tilting the right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep the head dropped over to the right. Extend your left fingers out towards the left side of the space. And you might drop those left fingers on like a 45-degree angle towards the earth, just so you can feel a stretch along the left side of your neck. Big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Pressing your seat against your chair, begin to float your torso upright. And then take your right hand underneath your right temple. Use the right hand to lift your head back up towards a nice neutral spine. Good. And then allow both of your palms to rest on your thighs. Notice if you can discern any difference between the right and left sides of your body in this moment. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to take it over to the other side. Go ahead, take your left forearm onto your left thigh. The right hand's going to come to your right hip. And then just allow gravity to help you lean over towards the left. So you're opening up through the right side ribs. Maybe not particularly much. And then go ahead, turn your gaze off to the left side of your mat, or the left side of your chair rather. Deeply breathing in. Full breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. And then turn your gaze forwards towards the front of your space. Tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder. Try to keep the right shoulder dropped away from the right ear. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Once again, breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, turn to look at the left side of the ground. On your exhale, look forward, tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder. Again, inhaling, float the gaze down towards the left earth. Inhale, looking forward, left ear towards left shoulder. One more time. Inhale to float the gaze down towards the earth off to the left. Exhaling, looking forward. And just dropping that left ear towards your left shoulder. From here, start to reach your right fingers off on that diagonal towards the earth, off to the right side, so that you can feel the stretch along the right side of your neck. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. Pressing your seat against your chair, begin to use your abdominal muscles to come up. And use the left hand under the left temple to help draw you all the way up towards your upright spine. Once again, both hands land on your thighs. Just feel what that neutral feeling feels like. Good. We're going to turn to face the right side of our space. So the legs of our chair are going to be facing forward. We're going to turn so that we face towards the right. Press your hands against your thighs, lengthen the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Big breath here. On your exhale, reach both of your hands for that chair back behind you, and then twist over towards the right side of your bodies. Try to drop the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen your twist. Again, breathing to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to twist. One more time, breathing in, feet planted on the earth. Exhaling to twist. Releasing the back of your chair, come back to the center. So take your legs back towards the center of the chair facing forward. And then we're going to turn to face the left side of our space. Soles of the feet against the earth, hands come to the thighs. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine. Using your exhale, reach for the chair back behind you. Inhale to lengthen out of the crown of the head. Exhale to twist. Breathing to lengthen. Exhale to twist. One more time, breathing to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Releasing the back of your chair, come back to the center. And then we're just going to scooch our seats forward so that we're sitting on the edge of our chair. And now begin to widen your feet about as wide as you can, as long as your toes and knees are pointing in the same direction. So we're perched on the edge of our seats. Hands come to the hips. And just press the feet against the ground. Lengthen your torso away from your waist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keeping the length of your torso nice and tall, take your hands onto the chair seat behind you, and then pressing your palms against that seat, lift away from the seat. Good. Once again, check in to make sure that your knees and toes are reaching in the same direction. From here, you might just stay exactly where you are. You might take your right hand onto your right hip. You might take your left hand onto your left hip. Squeeze the muscles of the glutes. Feel the ring of muscle around the thigh bone head in your hip joint. And then right hand comes back to the chair back. Left hand comes back to the chair back. Come back to your seat. Hands come back to your hips, breathing in. Breathing out. Hands come onto the chair back. Shifting your weight slightly forward, pressing into the feet and lifting your seat away from the chair. Once again, you can keep your hands on the chair. You might take your left hand to your left hip. You might take your right hand to your right hip, pressing the knees out towards the walls beside you, breathing in, breathing out. Thighs are working. One more big breath in. Left hand comes back to the chair. Right hand comes back to the chair. Lower your seat back down. Woo! Go ahead, start to close your legs back forward. You can heel toe them in or step them in. And then both hands are going to come back to the chair. If your chair has arms, you might also hold on to the arms here. Pressing your feet against the earth, lift your seat away from the ground, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then start to rise your hips up towards the sky, lifting your gaze up towards the ceiling if it feels okay in your neck. Shoulder blades squeeze together like you were holding a pen or a pencil between them. Big breath in. On your exhale, carefully lower your seat back down to the chair. 2 more times like that. Pressing the feet down against the earth. Inhale, rise the seat, lift your heart, lift your gaze, breathing in. Exhale to lower your bodies back down to the chair. 1 more time. Press into the feet, rise the hips, rise the heart, rise the gaze, breathing in. Exhale, come right back down onto your chair. Good, everyone. Once again, check in to make sure that the feet are hips width distance. And then the hands are going to come onto your thighs. Draw your navel center in towards your backbone like you are coming into that cat spine shape. And start to walk your hands down your legs. For some of us, we might come to a place in this forward fold that feels uncomfortable. If that's the case, you just stay there, breathe, and come out of it if it doesn't feel good. You might walk your hands all the way down to your shins. They might come all the way down to the ankles. The hands might come all the way down to the floor or onto blocks. And just whatever it is that you find your forward fold, release the back of the neck, letting the head drop and breathe. In your awareness of your bodies, notice where your lowest ribs are, and notice where your tailbone is. And see if you can begin to increase the distance between your lowest ribs and your tailbone. So lengthen the lower back by drawing the navel center in. If forward folding is not good in your bodies, if you are a person who is living with osteoporosis, the forward fold might not be such a great idea, so feel free to keep an upright spine and just check in with your breathing, making sure that it's still happening. Same goes for anybody who might be dealing with a herniation in the back. A few more breaths here in your forward fold. And then carefully begin to walk your hands up your legs, rising your bodies all the way upright. Superb, everyone. From here, we're going to come into a variation of Shavasana as a final resting shape. If a seated meditation is a better fit for you, or if it's difficult to get down onto the ground, you can feel free to stay in your chair, take a seat with palms against thighs, or palms face up. Another option for today's practice is to come to lay down on the earth, and then to take your legs and place them on the chair seat, and roll your back body down onto the earth. The arms can be by your sides. You might take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. whatever it is that you're doing, whatever shape it is that you're making with your bodies here, just adding the intention to find stillness. breathing to deepen. Shifting carefully through fingers and toes. Perhaps allowing your head to drift from side to side. If you are on the floor, carefully drawing the knees into the chest and rolling over onto your side body. And then carefully using your hands to press your way upright. You can feel free to stay seated on the ground. You might find your way back into your chair. I'm just taking a moment here to celebrate our capability, to celebrate anything that we were able to do. And just take a moment of gratitude for this practice. Palms find their way to a prayer at the heart, connecting the right and left sides, connecting mind, body, and breath. And if it feels available, if it feels appropriate, joining in for the sound of Om. Taking a deep breath in. Thanks everyone for sharing your energy, for sharing this practice. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me. My name is Dorian, and I'm super happy to be a part of this community. Thank you all, and I will see you all soon.